It turns out one-man army characters are very popular, and 2 volumes of it was simply not enough. So, here is another one-man army list, but with a twist. This time the list will only consist of characters that have no special abilities. Sugimoto is a Russo-Japanese war veteran on a quest to find a treasure of gold to fund the treatment of the woman he loves. He is also nicknamed as the Immortal for his uncanny survivability to mortal injuries and for recovering very quickly. His healing ability is abnormally high, demonstrated numerous times during the Russo-Japanese War, surviving multiple bear attacks, withstanding a fall into a river during a blizzard, and even surviving a gunshot to the head. His will to survive is his main driving force that allows him to fight very aggressively to the extent he disregards even the wounds he attains. Even when facing multiple opponents, he goes for the most violent ways to finish them off as quickly as possible. Goemon is a modern-day samurai and a master of several classical Japanese martial arts. To support his abilities, he's equipped with an incredibly powerful blade that can literally cut anything, such as tanks and planes. His incredible skills and strength allow him to easily take on multiple individuals, even if they have guns. In this fight against this gang, he literally disarms his enemies with ease. He uses his fleetness to easily slice through bullets before they can even reach him, and then proceeds to slice through hundreds of enemies all by himself. His focus and resistance to pain was astonishing in this fight. Not even a shot to the ear was enough to make him flinch. Kenshin is known as a legendary samurai that has killed thousands during the Meiji Revolution, but has since travelled Japan for a decade in search of redemption. He vowed to never kill again, and for that purpose he carries a reverse blade sword, so he never cuts again. His special sword style allows him to move at god speed, and finishes his enemies with his signature single strike move. In fact, he is so powerful, he became a government elite assassin at the age of 14. Taking on multiple enemies is a breeze for a legendary samurai such as him, as shown multiple times in the series. Just because he has a reverse blade sword doesn't mean you can underestimate him. It's more than enough to knock out all of his opponents, no matter how large the group. Who needs an army when you have Daryun? He's one of the mightiest warriors in the series and can fight with numerous different weapons. This anime follows Arslan, the crown prince, as he leads the resistance against the invading empire. He may not have that much experience in wars, but luckily he is accompanied by many powerful warriors in his camp, especially Daryun, whose strength is even feared in foreign countries. This man is so powerful, he runs through groups of enemies in a split second. At one point, he claims that he could defeat 50,000 soldiers on his own, and his comrades didn't doubt him for a second.
You think I'm vicious? You don't know what vicious is!
Spike is usually calm, collected, and cool, but there are certain things that can enrage even him. Particularly the name Vicious, a former comrade and rival at the Red Dragon Crime Syndicate. Spike has moved on from his syndicate days, but is still haunted by his past. Being associated with the name Vicious is one such example that infuriates him. Even when outnumbered, messing with a guy who is angry enough to dent a metal pipe is never a good idea. He's not just abnormally strong, also very skilled in a number of martial arts due to his previous employment at the Syndicate. It didn't take too long to put those skills to use and knock out the street thugs with relative ease. If you ever see a maid in a bar, it's best to get out. Roberta is a former FARC guerrilla trained as an assassin and an internationally wanted criminal, also known as the Bloodhound. After realising she was merely a tool, she opted out of that lifestyle and became a maid. In combat, Roberta is a fearsome opponent, with enhanced strength, endurance, agility, and instincts. At one point she shattered a knife with her teeth alone. She can easily dodge bullets and is proficient in a wide range of weaponry. You may think a maid suit is not the best for combat, but you never know what's hiding in there. Grenades were just one of the many deadly weapons in there. This is an underrated military anime. It follows a super smart main character with the motto of taking life easily by using your intellect. However, superior intelligence isn't always enough, and that's where his childhood friend comes into play. She is from the Igsem family, known as a symbol of strength. Living up to her name, she's one of the strongest characters in the series, trained in both hand-to-hand combat and an excellent sword wielder. She's especially untouchable when wielding two swords. Her skills are showcased when she took on a group of soldiers by skillfully striking the weak points of their armour to cut the unguarded flesh. A difficult feat, even in a one-on-one fight, but she achieves it against a group of trained soldiers.
There
are several one-man army characters in Vinland Saga. Thorkell the human blender is the craziest one. He is full of chaotic energy and just loves to eat, drink, and fight. He is the embodiment of a stereotypical Viking. He is insanely strong for a 50-year-old man, as he is seen lifting giant rocks and throwing spears at enemies from ridiculous distances. He just loves anything to do with a good fight. Any normal person would be in agony after losing fingers, but Thorkell's reaction was joy from having too much fun. Pain resistance and incredible strength is just a small aspect of this beast. He truly shines during wars, where he plays Fruit Ninja with humans. He's the kind of guy who views worlds like Attack on Titan as paradise. Most people think of Gintama as a comedy anime, but if you give it a chance, you'll be pleasantly surprised at the serious arcs. It's set in a world where aliens have invaded and taken over the world. As a result, katanas are prohibited, but Gin still has the heart of a samurai. In this chaotic world, our protagonists are in a jack-of-all-trades line of work, which frequently results in some major trouble. However, those are the times where we see the power of Gin. He's not any old samurai. He was one of the leading forces during the war against the invasion, and received the nickname Shiroyasha for his full white attire, silver hair, and ferocious fighting style. He is one of the strongest warriors in the show, able to take out numerous enemies in combat, and can even hold up against super-powered warrior alien races. Hanma is the primary antagonist and the father of the main protagonist. He is the strongest creature alive in the series and works as a freelance mercenary or assassin for various organisations and governments. His strengths and abilities are far beyond the average human, said to be equal of an entire army. During the Vietnam War, he and his father took on and defeated the American army, and he was only 16 at the time. In this scene, he was able to push back 100 riot police with his brute strength. This is still nothing in comparison to his other incredible achievements that include knocking out a giant elephant, cutting glass with his fingers, and even stopping earthquakes by punching the ground. He is essentially superhuman, and only someone with the Hanma bloodline could potentially take him on. If you enjoyed that, a like would be a huge help in taking this channel to the next level. And remember to subscribe for many more top 10s to come.